Yo. All right, so we're going to get right into it. So for the people, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Mike the motherfucking barber. I've been cutting hair for about almost 30 years. A lot of that was on the inside. I've been cutting hair on the outside for about 4 years now.
So where you get your barber's license at?
London Correctional.
London? Okay.
For sure.
First though, this is something that I had went back and started watching a few of my old videos. And it's something that I want to start doing in my videos. So I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
First, I want to congratulate you for making it out and putting yourself first.
For sure.
And taking care of your business out here.
For sure. I appreciate that.
So yeah, I want to congratulate you.
But
to hop right back into you, you say you received your barber's license where?
In prison. London Correctional. London, Ohio. Yeah.
What made you do that?
I had did so. Okay, let me go back. I went to prison in 1995. I was 17 years old. Fresh 17.
Fresh 17.
Fresh 17. They gave me 25 to life and 75 to 150 running consecutive.
25 years of life and 75 to 50 years.
To 150 years.
75 to 150 years.
Yeah.
Running consecutive.
Right. So basically, they wanted me to spend the rest of my life in prison.
At 17 years old.
At 17 years old. A fresh 17. After coming home, after only being home from Tico, which was a juvenile facility, for 3 months.
So what was you doing for the system to want to throw you away like that at such a young age? What was some of the things you was doing?
Well, to be honest, like, I'm from a different time. So we wasn't doing stuff for the gram or doing stuff for notoriety. We was doing shit for survival. You know what I'm saying? So I'm from the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm from a single parent household. Was raised by my grandmother for real. And I was small growing up. So I was always bullied. You know what I'm saying, to be honest. So I could fight, sure, but once I realized that picking that hammer up, I had a better option of winning what was ever in front of me. Shit, that fighting shit was for the birds. You know what I'm saying? So we can go back to 7th grade. I caught my first case. I stabbed a guy at Wilson Junior High School. All this shit is documented. Ended up getting probation for that. A couple robberies. You know what I'm saying? I became a jack boy early. You know what I'm saying? I ain't proud of it, but I ain't ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew. You know what I'm saying? If they sent us, we was coming to get that shit. I ended up committing murder when I was 17, and I had co-defendants, but even then, it was shit that niggas didn't do, and telling was one of them. So I took it on my shoulders, and January of 1996, they gave me life for real. They gave me 25 to life and 75 to 150. Running consecutive.
Wow. So, okay. So now, today, how long did you do, actually? How long did you do?
I did 26 and a half years straight. That was getting flapped by the parole board. That was like not coming home. I did 26 years.
Day for day.
Day for day. I went in at 17, came home at 42. I stayed home for...
So you went back in?
I went back in.
Okay, so what was one of the, let's talk about one of your biggest hurdles. What was one of the reasons that you went back after doing so long and coming home?
Mental health.
Mental.
It was definitely mental. I didn't go back. I didn't catch a case and go back. I had like 12 months 13, almost 14 months left on parole, and I was with a lady. You know what I'm saying? I'm right now. I'm currently 46 years old, no children. I was with a woman. I was in love with her, and she became pregnant, and she really had an abortion on me. So that abortion drove me to drink, and which led me to the railroad tracks with I came here. It led me to the railroad tracks, passed out. They found me on the railroad tracks with a gun in my truck on parole.
Oh, okay, all right. So like you said mental health, and I agree with that, because I feel like a person that's been incarcerated, as long as we have been incarcerated, definitely need to talk to a therapist, have a therapist.
For sure.
I think it'll help out a lot.
For sure.
I spoke to a therapist, and it helped me.
I got the same therapist. I've had it for 4 years.
For how long?
4 years.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool.
For sure. I see him every Monday.
That's cool. So some of the tricks or
all of the things he told me worked.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, everything he told me worked. Real shit. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I started over since I've been home. Let's say, coming home the first time, 2020. Unsure of what was gonna happen. I was able to start over. Boom. I got acclimated to life. Boom, boom, boom. I'm out here cutting hair. I'm living. You know what I'm saying? And boom, bang, I go back. I go back 15 months. And the 15 months was harder than the 26 because I had got out and experienced what life is. You know what I'm talking about? And to get it snatched from me, like I wouldn't even call you. You know what I'm saying? Because I was ashamed of, like, damn, being like everybody else that I said I wasn't gonna be like. You know what I'm saying? Most only by God's grace that I did catch another case, and my gun was clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like now I'm at a place to where I've started over again. Like I came home last year. I've been home a year. I'm home a year now, and within that year, I was able to find me. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of trying to be me for somebody else, I was able to find me for me. You know what I'm saying? Whether I started this motherfucker with an air mattress and a motherfucker, what you call it? With the couch thing, what you call them? What you call them, man?
I don't know.
The couch can turn into a bed type thing, man.
The fold out?
No, they like the
sofa pull out bed.
No, it ain't a pull out bed.
All right, we know what you talking about.
That thing. You know what I'm talking about? And shit. And now I'm in this bitch. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I love my little space.
Yeah, you
know what I'm saying?
You doing your thing, man. That's what I'm saying. Big congratulations, man. It's in order. What else I want to say? Okay, so boom, hopping in, going back into the prison. What made you? Did you decide to make the change because you had to do something? You came home. You got a parole.
No, I got a parole because I forced him to give me a parole.
You forced him. All right, let's talk about how that happened.
Okay. So I fought for 26 years.
You had a whole bunch of time.
I fought for 26 years.
You had a whole bunch of time.
And
right.
over the whole time, I'm in here, I'm putting motions in, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting lawyers that lightweight helping a nigga out on the real live, like there's no way that this 17-year-old kid can do all this shit by himself. And y'all punishing him because he won't tell on who was with him. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And I was starting to get grace. You see what I'm saying? Like because when I was in there and I was doing all of the bullshit, I wasn't getting no grace. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like, nigga, you gonna whatever. So the moment I decided that I wanted to do something else and I wanted to get the fuck out of prison was I was in Marion Correctional Institution. 2009, the parole board had just gave me 55 months. Now, mind you, I went to the parole board from the Easter play. I'm in the Easter play. So they called to the chapel and said the parole
So they having a
board.
play inside of the prison.
Yeah.
An Easter play.
Yeah.
And you was in it.
I'm in the play.
What character was you?
I was just, one of them little extras. I was a disciple or some shit. I was in that bitch.
Bunny rabbit.
I was in that bitch having the fun. Listen, bro. I was in that bitch. Anybody that could tell you that was in Marion with me, I had all the jobs in Marion.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Like I was a picture man in the visitor room. I had programs going on. I had everything going on. So I'm in the play.
Uh-huh.
The parole board, like, we need Michael Norman up here for a parole board hearing. Parole board hearing? Like, fuck. I ain't going to parole board till, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Bruh, out of nowhere, it was an early hearing. In this hearing, they said, no, you ain't going home. We're going to give you 55 more months till we see you again. I said, what? Now, man, I'm in that bitch. I'm hustling. You know what I'm saying?
They just put you on the calendar.
They put me on the calendar, like,
yeah,
out of nowhere.
Right.
So, I'm hustling, and I put a bad batch out, and it scared me. You know what I'm saying? Cause niggas was falling, like going to the hospital and everything. And they like, shit, Mike Norm gave me this shit. And I'm like, the fuck? So when they called me into the office and was like, listen, man, the talented parole board, we understand, we fuck with you. We don't believe you getting nobody that shit. We don't, you gotta leave here. So I left here. I left Marion and went to Richmond. And that was like leaving church, going to the projects. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, ain't no more good, Mike. I gotta be back in savage mode again. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was cutting hair then though. Little beard trimmers and shit. I'm cutting hair. I'm honing my craft then. And little riot happened, and I ended up getting rolled out. They sent me down south. You know, that's what they do. They send you way far from where the fuck you from. They sent me down south. And while I was down south, I was on the yard cutting hair. And listen, no bullshit. The captain came, cause he was the captain was my CO in Madison on the juvenile block when the dudes came in and killed Miko. You know what I'm saying? So now he a captain at London. He like, you know what? No, you about to get in barber school. So they told me I can go to barber school because I had too much time to the parole board. Mm-hmm. They pulled some strings for me. God always been in my favor. I was in barber school, nigga. Barber school took you at least 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Because you got count time and all that. You had to get you had to get $1,800. But with count time and everything, you had to, it's stretched it out. It's count time, holidays, weekend, it stretched it out.
Yeah, some days they don't come to work and it's closed,
for
or
sure.
the yard closed, or 2.5.
Nigga, I was in barber school for 5 years. She wouldn't send me to the parole board because I had got that good to where she said, "No, you gonna keep training my students. You ain't going nowhere."
At one point in time though, they were saying that you couldn't get in nothing. Nobody couldn't get in nothing until you was 5 years to the parole board.
Facts.
If you had more than 5 years to the parole board, you couldn't get in nothing. Not even school.
And
nothing.
Now look at the favor though. And they give me the 55 months, right? Mm-hmm. The time it took me to get from Richland to London, years was chopping down. Mm-hmm. So it looked like I had 5 years to the parole. I was under 5 to the parole board.
Right.
So they threw me in school. They just kept me in school.
But that helped you though.
For sure. That's why I said favor.
Yeah.
That's why I know favor was always on my side.
So what's one of the biggest, talking to the people, what's one of the biggest misconceptions about prison that you think is out there?
That you don't learn nothing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That they don't help you. You see what I'm saying? Because for real, it's on the person. They got everything in that motherfucker for you to better yourself. It's on you whether you want to take heed and participate in the shit. You know what I'm saying? They got college, they got all the programs, they got trades, you know what I'm saying? But some people just don't get into that shit until it's like, they like I was, like damn near 40. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Coming from there though, I understand how easy it is cause they locked you up so young. They locked you up so young. I got locked up when I was 19. So I understand it. And then we just getting in there and they putting us all together young.
Now remember though,
and we still just wilding.
Me, as soon as I got to prison, I seen a murder. Murder without a gun.
What prison was that?
Madison.
And they got stabbed?
When the ABs came in and killed the juvenile.
What year was that?
That was 96.
96. I was in Mansfield.
My first year in the prison.
So I ain't know nothing about that. Niggas was getting killed in Mansfield.
See what I'm talking about?
I was in Mansfield.
Yeah, like a brutal murder. They came in with lawnmower blades.
Yeah. So let's talk about, okay, so tell me one of the funniest times you had in prison. Because it's a bunch of funny
funniest times.
Tell me a funny prison story. A
funny good prison story, or a funny funny bad prison story? Because I got them all. You hear me? I didn't see them all.
What's something that you see? The murder. Did you see it? Did you actually see the stabbing?
We was in the door. Yeah, we was in the door. He died like right in front of our cell.
Yeah. So what happened?
Okay, this shit was over a fuck book. The ABs had a little probate. They had a little probate dude in the dorm with us. You know what I'm saying? And back then, like, shit, white boys, out-of-towners, shit like that, but they couldn't have too much of nothing. Cleveland niggas was in that bitch, like, bossed up. And something else that was crazy was, I went to jail at a time where it wasn't no bloods in jail when I went to jail, for real. Everybody was Crips, Vice Lords, and folks. Mm-hmm. So when we come into jail, you know what I'm saying, it's like a handful of us, and we like spread it out over the world. So we like against everybody. So now we trying to make it to where, okay, now this is Cleveland shit. Cleveland against everybody. Right? So we lightweight taking shit from everybody. And we ended up running in the white boy cell one day, taking all this shit, beating him up, going on the yard, beating white boys up, older white boys up. Nigga, they came in that bitch, nigga. We was locked down. We had a riot. We was locked down, bro. They came in that bitch, nigga, made the one CO get the fuck out. They put the lawnmower blades to that nigga neck, like, get the fuck out of here. That bitch ran. You know what I'm saying? And nigga, they was in that bitch popping doors, bro. Literally, like, popping doors, bro. Like.
Yeah, for what people at home who don't know what popping doors mean, that's unlocking and opening everybody's door.
Niggas was closing their door, putting shit down, and you know what I'm talking about? That wasn't, but it wasn't funny. That was like way gruesome for real. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Cause nigga, lawnmower, you know what a lawnmower blade is?
Yeah.
You see these white boys running around with these motherfucking swords, and we ain't got none? Yeah, that was good. No.
So did you almost get like stabbed or anything?
Nigga, my name was on the list. Almost. I've been stabbed. Nigga. I've been hitting the head with locks and all type of shit. Nigga, that shit was, I was active in that bitch. Nigga, I was in that bitch. I wasn't on my rap, nigga. You know what I'm talking about?
So now though, if you could go back and talk to the person that you was back then, how would you approach that person, and what's something that you would say to him?
No, the person that was in jail, nigga, I wouldn't tell that nigga nothing.
I'm saying,
wasn't nothing, because
what would the older you go back to say to the younger you?
He wouldn't listen, so it wouldn't be pointless. That
so
shit
you still don't think you know how to get to your younger self? Still don't think you know
in the midst of that shit? Oh hell, in the midst of that shit, no. Not in the midst of that shit, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I'm telling the truth, because you got to look at this, man. It was a time where it wasn't a time where they had cameras and everything everywhere, or it wasn't a time where you had people can run and hide and shit like that, bro. It wasn't that. If you couldn't fight, you couldn't use the phone. You know what I'm saying? If you was soft, nigga, you ain't had no clothes, boxes and shit come from home. Niggas was taking your shit. You ain't had nothing. Niggas was out literally. We was a juvenile block.
Uh-huh.
Niggas was literally trying. They was preying on niggas, man. They was trying to fuck niggas, bro. Like.
So look. And I don't know how they gonna respond to all the cussing and stuff. So try to listen. But
it's YouTube.
Yeah,
it's a podcast.
Oh, okay.
For sure. You gotta be able to relax.
Then. But damn, you made me forget what I was about to say. Hold on, let me pause. I can edit that though.